Hello everyone, welcome to Ekascloud online courses. In today's video, I am going to explain how to manage Terraform environments using variable files. In this topic, first I am going to give you a brief introduction to Terraform. Terraform is a powerful infrastructure as code tool that enables you to define and provision data center infrastructure using a high-level configuration language. It allows you to create, update, and version your infrastructure safely and efficiently. One of the key features of Terraform is the ability to manage variables, which makes it easier to handle different environments such as development, staging, and production using the same configuration files. In this guide, we will demonstrate how to define and use variables in Terraform to manage different environments. We will create a variables.tf file to define our variables and two separate .tf var files. One is development.tf vars and production.tf vars to specify the values for different environments. We will then show how to use these files with the Terraform plan command to simulate changes in different environments. Now I am going to explain how to define variables in variable file. Create a variables.tf file to define the variables we will use in our Terraform configuration. These are the sample code to create variables file. Here I have used allow_ip variable with the description of IP address allowed to access the instance and type will be string. Default address is 0.0.0.0/32. And I'm going to show you the next variable, instance_type. The description will be type of instance to be created. Type is string. Default type is t1.micro. In this file, we define two variables, allow_ip with the default value of 0.0.0.0/32 and instance type with the default value of t1.micro. Now I'm going to show you how to create this variable file in Visual Studio Code. Here, first you have to go to your project directory. Here I have created one variables.tf file. These are the code. One is allow_ip and instance_type. Now I am going to show you the method to define development environment variables. Create environment specific variables file. Next, we will create two variables files. One is development.tf vars and production.tf vars file. In this development.tf vars file, you have to specify key with value allow_ip, and here you have to specify the IP address, default IP address. Instance_type you have to mention as t2.micro or any other instance you can mention. In the development environment, the allow_ip will be set to 1.1.1.1/32 and the instance type is set to t2.micro. Now I'm going to explain how to define variables in production environment. Production environment, I'm going to create production.tf vars file. Here I have to specify key as allow_ip. The value will be 2.2.2.2/32. Instance type will be, I'm going to use m5.large. In the production environment, the allow_ip is set to this IP address and the instance type is set to m5.large. Next, I'm going to explain how to run Terraform plan. Before that, I'm going to show you these two files in my Visual Studio Code. I'm going to open my Visual Studio Code. Here, I already created two files. One is development.tf vars. Here I have mentioned the same syntax. And I have one more file, production.tf vars. Here I have specified as 2.2.2.2/32 and instance type is m5.large. Now I'm going back to my presentation. Now let's see how to run Terraform plan. The Terraform plan command creates an execution plan showing what actions Terraform will take to reach the desired state defined in the configuration files. By default, Terraform uses the values specified in the variables.tf file. However, you can override these values by specifying .tf was file. Now I'm going to explain how to specify default plan, development plan, and production plans. How to run all these plans with a plan command. Running Terraform plan without any additional arguments will use the default values from the variables.tf file. Here, if I run Terraform plan this syntax, it will show output as default value. Allow underscore IP will be 0.0.0.0/32 and instance type will be t1.micro. Now I'm going to show you by using PowerShell. Here first I'm going to enter into my project directory, and first I'm going to check my version. Okay, now I'm going to execute Terraform plan, enter. It will show plan to create in default address. If you check here, it is showing instance will be created at t2.micro and the IP address will be 0.0.0.0/32. Here, if you check here, it will show the IP address. Now we will move on to the next slide. And now I'm going to execute the second command to check the development plan. To use the development plan, development.tf was file, you have to run code like terraform plan -var -file. You should not give equal to, just you have to specify development.tf was. Now I'm going back to my PowerShell. Here you have to specify terraform plan -var -file space development .tf was, enter. It will show plan to create IP address in the 1.1.1.1/32 here, and you can see it will create it in t2.micro. If you check here, instance type, here t2.micro. Now I'm going to show how to run production environment. If you run this command terraform plan -var -file production.tf was, it will show output as 2.2.2.2/32 and it will show instance creation by using the m5.log. Again, I'm going back to my PowerShell. Here, instead of this, you have to type production.tf was. Now it will show plan to create in default IP address as 2.2.2.2 c/32 and it will create instance in m5.large. If you check instance type, m5.large. Now I'm going back to my presentation. By using variables file in Terraform, you can easily manage different configuration for various environments without duplicating code. This approach not only saves time but also reduces the risk of errors by ensuring that environment specific configuration are isolated and managed separately. In this guide, we demonstrated how to define variables in a variables.df file and how to override these values using environment-specific.df vars file. This method allows you to run Terraform plan for different environments and see the respective changes before applying them. By following these steps, you can maintain a clean and manageable Terraform code base, making it easier to scale and adapt to different environments. Thank you.